Good afternoon from Bali, everyone. It's Cindy from Men and from Heart, healthbrainhealth.com, encouraging healthy grieving and mindful actions. Today, I thought I would make a video about leadership qualities, and I thought that these ideas would be very useful for whether you're leading a family, whether you are leading friends, whether you are leading an organization, whether you're leading employees or a group, whether you're in a managerial position or a boss position, whether you're an employee. All of these things are leadership qualities that I want to touch on today. So today I thought I'd start with this first quotation by Jack Butcher, and it says, "You are not what you've done, you are what you keep doing." You are not what you've done, you are what you keep doing. So a person might have a very good skill of presenting themselves very well at an interview, and even maybe through the first week of work, maybe through the first month of work, and being very good with what they are doing can be great. It's not what they did in the first week that matters in the fourth week, though. In the fourth week, it's what they keep doing. So if they are still very hospitable, if they're still very friendly, if they're still very caring, if they're very considerate, all of those things are what they are doing now. But many will start different positions saying, oh, I've done this and this and this in my past, and many bosses say this to their employees, many supervisors and managers will say this to their employees too, colleagues even. And we're used to identifying ourselves with what we have done, yet in a moment, it is what we are doing right now. So if I am a bit of a show-off in the past and I am talking about what I have done in the past, maybe I'm still a bit of a show-off now. Something for individuals to reflect on. If I found it not easy at all, I had no help, and that's why I'm here, I worked my way to the top, I'm in this position because boy did I have to work hard, then I want you to work hard. So when I'm telling an employee something like this, I want to make sure that they know this won't be easy, this is not an easy ride, and yet this is also ego speaking, that because I had to do it that way, you will do it this way. And many parents will do this. Many parents go the other extreme and say, oh, I had to work so hard because my parents weren't able to help me, and I want you to have something a little bit easier, which is beautiful. And it's again one thing to talk about it, one thing to act on it today. Not just as a thought in my mind and I want to make things easier. Check in on your employees, on your family. Is this easier for you? I see this quite a bit in every role, I guess. When people get comfortable with something that someone is doing, there aren't a lot of conversation. So if a person feels, I'm helping you, and the first time you help that person, the person's very appreciative and says, oh, thank you so much for helping me. Another person after the 10th time says, I find that really helpful, but it would be a little bit different. I'd like to do it this way. This is the way that I find best for me. Now I'm saying that whether to my boss, my supervisor, I say this, and perhaps the employee says this many times, but the boss feels they're helping, so they keep doing the same help, and it's what you keep doing. So that keeping doing in that perspective is, I didn't really listen the first time I was going to show you what's going to help you, and then I heard you in terms of you like that help, so I'll keep doing that. Now I'm not listening. So now, at this moment, I can say, have I asked, is this person finding this helpful? Is there a different way I can help? All of these things are about communication and about understanding that even what we think we know, we don't necessarily know about another person. Half of the time, we ourselves change in a day. This morning I wanted this, and this afternoon I want this, and this makes this room look better, this makes this air smell nicer, whatever it is, that things change throughout the day. This is what I feel like eating, but I was feeling like eating something else earlier. All of those things change. So when we're checking in with a group, again, whether family or whether professionally, it is that checking in and out of a kind consideration of each other. And then about mostly reflecting on ourselves. Am I doing this? Am I being considerate? I keep doing what I have been doing, and it's not that today is the same as 4 weeks ago or even 4 minutes ago. And it's not that we have to keep on checking every moment, every day, but regularly to see, is this still helpful to you? Is there anything else you need from me? It's nice, whether for an employee to say this or whether for a boss or a supervisor or a manager to say this. Very nice. Parents too can check in with your kids. Do you like this? Is this good for you? Is this something that you like me to help with? Is this something you don't want to help with? And that could be anything. It could be in cooking. It's, do you want me to help you cook that? Let's say a teenager might be trying a new recipe for the first time. Do you want me to help? And they really like it the first time. Then over time, they kind of want to try on their own. Checking in is really nice to say, do you want to do that on your own? Do you want some help? That's one thing. When we look at workplaces, we can see that oftentimes in that first introduction, there's a lot of sharing of how can I help you clear this space, clear that space, do this, do you need any assistance? And then over time, this is from the employee to the employer, that do you need assistance here or here? How can I help you? And over time, the employee might believe that they already know. So this is interesting for an employee to even be checking in with a supervisor or a boss of, do you need this or not? So important. I also came across this quotation by Kenneth Hull, and it says, it's not what you do, it's why you do it. It's not what you do, it's why you do it. So in workplaces especially, we can think about this. Do I do this because I need to finish it, or do I do it because I care? It's a very different energy that is shared, because a lot of times people do things quickly because they need to finish it, and then it looks done, but it's not because they really care. They just care to get out of the workplace. They care to make their profit, make a salary, make a wage, anything. If we know why we are doing what we do, it makes a big difference in the work that we do. So that's an important aspect for us all to consider too. Then, and kids feel this from parents too. So if kids feel like, oh, you're only doing this because I want to be in the sports team and you have to drive me every morning, you're only doing it because I like it, many times that's true. And to just share authentically, it's true because you like this, I really want to help you with it. And if you change your mind, I'm okay with that too, but it's definitely something I'm doing to try to help you. If that feels not helpful, let me know. And that's, again, great communication between parent and child, can be between siblings. In any case, I thought that a nice summary of these ideas came from this quotation. It says, it's not what you do, it's how you do it. And this would mean the energy we put into it, the care we put into it, the compassion we put into it, the consideration that we put into it. It's not what you see, it's how you see it. It's how do I look at something from my perspective versus how do I look at something from someone else's perspective is really important, again, in any relationships. Always so useful to be able to say, this is how this mind looks at it, how does that mind look at it? And if a person is used to thinking, is this person helped by my help? That's service, that's beautiful, and so that's how you see it or how you look at it. It's not how your life is, but how you live it. It's not how your life is, it's how you live it. So there are some people that are very, very, let's say, comfortable, wealthy, successful, and yet they are very not content. They're very grumpy, I can say. They are very irritated, frustrated, annoyed, in a rush. And there are some people who have almost nothing and are always pleasant and friendly and considerate. And it's the opposite too, that we can see some people who are very wealthy and continue to have all of those beautiful styles of consideration towards others. And there are some people who are very poor that do not. And we can make an excuse for anyone in any situation. We only have to know ourselves. And how you live your life is a beautiful conscious decision, especially when it's benefiting those around us. I thought I'd finish with a Harry Truman post or quotation, and I thought it was just fantastic because it's definitely something useful to consider and reflect on. It says, "It is amazing what you can accomplish if you do not care who gets the credit." It is amazing what you can accomplish if you do not care who gets the credit. And this would often bring about the best work from a person who works from their heart. It doesn't matter. Someone says, wow, this room is so clean today, and cleaning staff comes in and says, oh, it wasn't me who came here yesterday. Another cleaning staff may come in and say, oh yeah, that's how I like to do it. That person wanted credit. The previous person didn't mind that. It's just great that the customer, the guest, the client is served. Similarly, when a healthcare practitioner is hearing that their client or patient had great assistance from another practitioner, it doesn't matter. The fact that the patient got great assistance, be happy for it, because it doesn't matter who gets credit for a patient feeling good. This is what the service industry is about. Let us not forget. Let us remember why we do what we do. We are serving with humility, with compassion, with consideration, and with love. I hope that we all do this today, personally and professionally. I wish you a fabulous day or night ahead, and I hope you remember, transform your mind and transform your life. Have a great day or night, everyone.